Now in its 10th year, this is Gabnet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, live from Harlem in New York City. It's me, I'm Alex, and this is the Ramble. Ladies and gentlemen, there she is, Lori Thompson. We go down to Florida, and Lori Thompson, who you can tell it's another week because you have a different blouse on today?
I have a different shirt. Yes.
Different shirt.
And,
Okay.
I'm fond of the green blue family. All you have to do if you want to know what your colors are, you don't have to have them done.
Yeah.
Just look at shirts you really like when they're in the washer. You go,
But the truth is, we do this, two of these at the same time.
We do.
And
yes.
you go out, much to your femininity, and are compelled to change your top or something to make it look like not like it was last week.
Sometimes I put
However,
on a gym.
nobody remembers what you were wearing last week.
I know. Sometimes though, if you're streaming, you'll go, oh, you just like to respect the folks, respect the audience, and by giving them a variety of colors. Everybody's got a favorite.
Something I got used to, when I first started doing a lot of TV, I would go out to
You
do
did a
something.
lot.
And more than I ever believed I did. But,
Right.
because I was a radio guy, and I didn't think I was a TV guy. But the fact was, I did a lot of TV,
A bunch. Yeah.
I was on Comedy Tonight for 5 years, and
that was nationally syndicated, wasn't
and then
it?
I did a thing over Channel 7, which was Log On TV. That's what I won the Emmy for.
Uh-huh.
I won another Emmy for doing the Beta Breakers wrap-up show.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, I have 2 Emmys, and so
Yeah,
I did do a lot of TV. Let me turn up the air conditioner here. It's hot today. Anyway,
And how many people do you know that have 2 Emmys? None. Most people know nobody.
yeah, I know some people have 1 Emmy, but I have 2 Emmys. But anyway,
That's right. Those.
and I'm Emmy-winning podcaster Alex Bennett. Anyway.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
The Emmy is kind of status, but then when you say podcaster, it just completely negates the Emmy. So,
Well, there are some great podcasts out there. I'm including this one. But
well, this
and then
isn't one of them, believe me.
No, but others where people just think all you got to do is get a microphone and bring your best friend over and talk about freedom.
Everybody's got a podcast.
They do. They're like navels.
But I was thinking of doing, they do these mystery podcasts,
Oh, like Serial?
Oh, yeah. And there's this murder, and this happened in I don't know, someplace or whatever, and we're trying to figure out who the murderer was, and they carry you along for I don't know how many weeks. Well, I thought of just completely creating a fictitious murder case. Yeah.
That would work.
Completely fictitious, but just bloody and scary and
salacious.
Salacious, yeah, all of that. But I'm at my age where I don't have the energy to do that, so I probably will never get around to it.
But it would be fun.
Yeah. Because I now get to a point where I'm saying something and I forget, the name of somebody or the places or things and whatever, and I now call that my Biden moment.
Oh man, I was so sad during that debate. I mean, just because it seemed, I think Biden doesn't have a very strong, if any, attack gene, and Trump has like the super.
All of
attack
his
gene.
genes are attack genes.
Yes.
And the other genes he uses less, but he uses them all the time, are the denial genes.
Yeah. That's come to his. He's a favorite.
I never had sex with any porn star. What? Then what did you pay $130,000 for to keep her mouth shut?
And she hasn't, which is
By
great.
the way,
'cause
the
I
only
love-
porn star was ever paid to keep her mouth shut. So it's,
Yeah.
you know.
But Stormy Daniels is fun on interview shows.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a sense of humor about herself, about that incident. I mean, and I think if he had to do that with any porn star, I think Stormy was a good choice.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I would not want to have sex with her. She's just not my type.
Not my type either, not mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I like her on talk shows.
Yeah. She's fun. You know,
She can rip.
She is fun.
Mhm.
But anyway, so what was I saying?
We were talking about Donald Trump and the Biden in the debate.
Oh, the Biden and the debate. It's long gone by the time we do this. In fact, by the time we do this, who knows whether Biden is even running for president again? You know.
I know. You know who would be a good candidate in his place? Michelle Obama.
I mean, we're doing this on July 3rd, so this will be a week from July 3rd that this will be on. A lot can change in a week. You know?
Lot. Because when you think about Michelle Obama, whose name is, floating around, and you think about, you get a 2-for-1. Basically, it's a BOGO. You get Barack Obama in the White House again, and Michelle Obama, and their marriage seems constructed to make basically
I don't think she wants to be president. I don't think that's not in her. It's not in her genes. It's not in her DNA. You know, it's just not what she wants to do with her life. You know.
I'm thinking she would be a good choice though, as far as vote getting. Yeah.
My choice, the guy. I'm thinking who can win.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Who can
That's
win?
what I'm.
Who can jump in at a moment's notice, take this thing over, and then move on and win? And while he's at it along the way in debates, make mincemeat out of Donald Trump, and that would be Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom will be president, probably in our lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, he's got charisma. He's a good-looking guy. He's quite Kennedy-esque, and he's already been governor of California and mayor of San Francisco. He knows how to deal with people and politics, and plus he presents so well.
Yeah, I mean, he has some problems, but they're not akin to cheating on your wife with a porn star.
Right.
He cheated
right.
on his wife with somebody he worked with when he was mayor of San Francisco, and that didn't end well for his marriage. Okay.
They seldom do.
It was, I think, his best friend's wife or something that he was having sex with.
Ouch. Because
Yeah.
see, I would.
There are rumors that he and Kamala.
Really?
She was the district attorney when he was mayor.
It makes complete sense because see, I would run into before he was mayor. I would run into him socially quite a bit, and I did some events for Jackie Spear, who was a representative at the time. She was coming up.
Right.
She wasn't representing California, but and so I would run into them, and Willie Brown and Kamala Harris was very nurtured. I'm just saying nurtured by Willie Brown, who was kind of a legend in San Francisco. So there are rumors about that, but Gavin Newsom would be great.
Oh yeah,
and he will be president.
Gavin Newsom. The reason is that Gavin Newsom, somebody who was it, the mouth from the South. I'm trying to remember his name. I always keep forgetting.
Thurman?
Huh?
No, I was just
the
trying
guy
to think
who was
of
he was the guy who worked with Bill Clinton. You know,
James Carville.
James Carville. He said that anybody who would run against Trump, who was perceptively younger, okay, could win without even thinking about it.
Well, I think so, and just a sense of humor. Because I mean, I told you about that time that I got to like shadow and hang out with Newt Gingrich and Donald Trump before he was even a dark horse in the presidential race. This was in Iowa.
Newt, there was a piece of work.
Oh, there was a piece of work, Newt Gingrich?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, but they were funny. And that's why I hung around them.
The Newt Gingrich I interviewed had no sense of humor.
Oh, really, really, really? Now, I don't
Well,
think
here's how I got Newt Gingrich.
publicly.
I interviewed him, and I was very good to him. Okay, didn't
Yeah.
make him feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Because I said to myself, I want him to come back because
Yeah.
that's when I'll nail him.
You were baiting the hook.
Yeah, and my opportunity came because a couple of months later, Newt Gingrich, I think, in fact, asked to be on my show because I was so nice to him.
That's right. Kinder, gentler, Alex.
So we're doing the
Bennett.
interview, and I go, Newt, are you a church-going guy? He said, oh, yes, I go to church every Sunday. I believe in God, and I go to church, and I support my church, and so on. I said, yeah. I said, when do you have time to go? I says, because I see on all those shows on Sunday,
Sunday morning, meet the press.
and Meet the Press and so on, and it doesn't look like, you're at church. He says, well, I go before that. I said, well,
I went back in
let
1967.
me just say that doing the interview on the Lord's Day is against the Lord.
Well, you're Amish.
Or it's just, if you're real religious, you don't do interviews. What's his name? You know, the guy who's got the best ability at going on talk shows is, what's his name? Our Speaker of the Senate, the head of the Senate.
No, I'm after
My
Pelosi.
mind's. Anyway, he's Jewish. So he can do all the Sunday shows.
That's right.
Yes,
Oh my gosh,
he
I
can do all this.
consider that.
He's always available for the Sunday shows.
Yeah, because well, plus with recording them now, everything is recorded.
Chuck Schumer. You know how I
Yeah.
had to think of his name? I had to remember Amy Schumer, which was easier
Yeah.
than Chuck Schumer.
All those all those techniques, those memory techniques.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
mine used to be during a conversation or an interview, I would have like a mental pegboard where I would put file cards. Like, when a topic was mentioned, maybe we transitioned naturally into something else, but I would still have that file card if it came time for a callback. So,
Lately, I mean, it's happened. My memory starts failing me. And I tried to figure out why at my age your memory starts to fail you. And I saw some interviews about that. And one of the things is, and this, you may not realize this, your brain really it absorbs massive amounts of information through your lifetime.
oh yeah.
By the time you reach my age, it's reached its limit. And so what
No
it's
more
doing,
storage.
what it's doing to make room for the new information is it's tossing out old information.
Yeah. I can believe that.
And that's the reason why, when you get to be my age, you get forgetful. It has nothing to do with the fact you got Alzheimer's or anything like that. It's just your brain is filled to capacity.
Yeah, well, they should make storage lockers for brains.
For brain.
See?
Yeah, for brain cells. Yeah.
Storage lockers are everywhere. But
Or like an external hard drive that you might buy for extra memory in your computer. You should be able to have an external set of brain cells.
I'm
That you
all
just
for it.
plug into your brain, and all of a sudden you remember everything.
And I wonder about foods that we eat, because I researched this some and herbs that you can take. Like ginkgo biloba, I take that because it's supposed to be, I was experiencing tinnitus, which is not exactly an ear thing. It's usually a brain thing.
Is it really?
And,
I thought it was
yeah.
an ear thing.
And I've had several concussions in my life, either
Yeah.
because I'm just klutzy or whatever, but really badly. And it doesn't interfere with hearing. I could hear everything being said very, very succinctly, but I could not turn off this ringing. And so I've read that works, and it does.
I think that's what Huey Lewis has, but very bad form of it.
Very
where he
bad,
cannot
yeah.
sing anymore because he can't take the pressure of the music and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bon Jovi's also eased off because he was having voice problems. And there are these, polyps on the vocal cords. We all know about that.
Yeah.
There's so many other things that can happen to the vocal cords. And that's why a lot of voices, mine included, have deepened over the years.
Well, people get polyps because they're not using their throat properly.
Mm-hmm.
When I learned how to how to be an announcer and to get my voice into a decent range. Because when I was a kid, I was.
Yeah. Makes you sound more authoritative.
Somebody told me, put your hand on your chest, and if you don't feel it vibrating, you're not doing it right.
Okay, that's an
Because
easy
what
one.
you're doing is you're talking from up here. You're
Instead
not
of here.
talking from here. All right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
what you do is, he said, put your hand on your chest and then deepen your voice enough that you feel your chest vibrating. Well, like I'm talking now and I feel my chest vibrating. But if I
Yeah.
talk way up here, I don't feel it vibrating. So that's what I learned to do. And that was the way I used my voice all my life. I've always talked from down here. Well, if you talk from down here rather than from up here, you're not going to get nodules.
Right. And I took singing lessons, and they had that same premise. It was for singing. Didn't work. I'm an alto, will always be an alto, or maybe a contralto. But yeah, and there was a lot of emphasis on breathing, which probably came in handy as when I got into radio, but it was as a teenager. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of, and people always tell you when you have a sore throat, gargle with salt water. Well, that will scar your throat a bit. And so I don't gargle with salt water. I do gargle with plain water quite a bit, just to kind of keep things relaxed.
With
there.
what?
Plain water.
Oh, plain water. Yeah.
Yeah, not carbonated. Yeah, just plain water, just to get the gunk out of your throat.
Yeah.
And then it seems to help some.
Yeah, I've never cared that much about how my voice sounds, but I think it sounds about the same as it always has, doesn't it?
I think so.
It doesn't sound like I have an older voice.
No, it is not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I could recognize it from the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, you can recognize it from the moon.
Yeah, I could hear it from the moon.
I can hear it
But
from the moon.
Shirley Jones, if you want an example of voices that have completely changed over the years, listen to her in Oklahoma and listen to her speak now, like on an interview show. It's amazing how her voice has deepened.
Yeah, but how about can she still sing?
I don't think so. No, she remarked that she doesn't.
It really is disappointing when you hear about people whose voices were incredible. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden one day something happens and they can't sing anymore. I saw an interview today with Linda Ronstadt.
Oh man, well she has.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
Because there was nobody better. I mean, she was incredible.
She
had a
and plus
great
she was an
voice.
icon, for teenage girls.
Well, I had a thing for her.
You did.
Yeah, she did my show once in New York, and it was almost like I couldn't do the interview. I was so gobsmacked by her presence. Okay.
She was beautiful.
Now I'm at a demonstration in Washington, D.C. Thousands of people. I'm backstage, and from across the room, I hear somebody yell at me, "Alex!" And I turn around, and it's Linda.
Were you just absolutely jazzed?
Linda,
what?
Linda said hello to me.
My name.
I mean,
Hello,
she
Alex.
was at that time, and still is actually, one of the most gorgeous women ever.
Yeah, she with those brown eyes, and she was on the cover of Rolling Stone, and in the interview she talked about buying Frye boots, and she said she loved how her toes looked in Frye boots. So what did I buy? Almost immediately.
Frye boots.
Frye boots. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, what was I going to say now?
You were talking about Linda, and you saw her backstage, and she was a beauty.
Oh yeah,
Stunning.
yeah, but I know what I was going to say. So I was looking through videos that I have because I'm sorting them out and putting them up online and so on, up on Roku. And one of the ones I came across was us doing a radio show from a ski lodge. Do you remember that?
Oh, I'm trying to think where it would have been.
And I think
we did some things in Tahoe.
Near Tahoe, but it was a ski resort.
Yeah.
And it was the
We
first
did a
time
murder-
I actually have a video of the only time I've ever been on skis. That was the first and last time I've ever been on skis.
Well, you're probably more of a snowboarder.
But you're there, right?
Yeah.
And Christy's there.
Yeah, that
And
was Tahoe. We did a
I looked at
murder.
her and I just said, God, you want to talk about gorgeous?
She and Linda Ronstadt had a similar look. Kind of dark, a little bit of a touch of color in their complexion, and the brunette hair and those piercing eyes,
But
which
good,
just
you know what
swallowed
it
you
was?
up.
It was good looks without being overbearing with the good looks. They were
Yeah, she didn't
just,
have
they were just,
vanity
it
was not her
no,
thing.
but it was just, it just, it wafted over her. You know,
Yeah,
it wasn't like she
warm.
tried it or anything else.
Yeah, and when you get someone who you meet and they haven't relied on their looks to get them where they are, you can just tell it. You can
Yeah.
tell it in every conversation. You can tell it in every mannerism. It's just, and she was of that ilk. She didn't let anything but her looks go to her head at all.
Yeah,
And
yeah. She was,
it's
terrific. But I looked at that and I went, wow, you know, she was gorgeous. And you didn't look bad yourself, my dear, but it was so
well,
dark I couldn't see that much of you.
thank you, darling. Yeah, I
And Dana
remember
Gould
going
was
blonde.
there, and Bob Rubin was there,
Yeah,
and they took a snow sled, what do they call it? Snowmobile?
sleigh, a
Yeah,
sleigh.
and then they
Uh-huh.
crashed the thing. Remember, they
Why
fell
am I
off
not
of it, and it just went into a snowdrift.
with Rube at the reins? Why am I not surprised or shocked by this information?
I don't know why we ever thought it was a good idea to do a show from a ski lodge.
I know exactly. There was a murder mystery dinner that was tied in with the package, and we hosted the murder mystery dinner.
Did we really?
We did, yeah.
I
'Cause
don't remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did
it
I
was
show
fun.
up?
You did. In fact, you did it. But that was fun. But I remember we had gotten there a couple days earlier, and we'd skied, and and I was exhausted at that dinner.
Are you
I just
you were a skier?
I skied. I was frustrated at the beginning when I started skiing because I was trying too hard, and you don't have to try.
But by the
when
time
you're-
we went there, were you a skier?
Yes, because I finally realized the way to ski and enjoy it is to completely relax.
Just relax, go downhill, and hit a tree.
Yeah, exactly. Especially playing football, ski football.
Or as it's
The-
better
what I
known
did-
as a sunny bono.
Oh, did you know for a Halloween party right after that happened, my boyfriend and I at the time went as Sonny and Cher, and he just got a Christmas tree and cut it in half. And balanced the front on his front, and then the back coming out the back. And I, of course, had to share with. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well.
But yeah, because it was, yeah, you got to make sure with those things that enough time has passed.
By the way,
You gotta-
we're not dropping names here, folks. But the fact is, the only reason we went into radio was because of all the excuses we had to meet great people.
Right, exactly. Not necessarily famous people, even. Those aren't the ones I remember the most. But my sister, one time, after I'd been in radio with you for several years, and we met so many people, and she was in a situation where we were in a conversation at a large round table, and I was talking, and she said, if I didn't know you and know you actually met all these people, I think you were just a big name dropper. So whenever we would be at a function after that, if I started doing that and maybe didn't realize it, she would just softly hum, raindrops keep falling on, name drops keep falling on my head.
By the way, quickly, we lost Kinky Friedman. You remember Kinky?
I know. That was so bizarre because my friend in St. Louis and I, who talk about music all the time, we went to see Little Feat when we were there. We were talking about him, like, he was a good satirical songwriter, and it was like, is he dead or is he alive? He has to be in.
He
70s.
ran for governor of Texas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow, and just as a disruptor or just
As
have
a
fun?
disruptor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but he was really. I like Kinky. He was a good guy.
Yeah, in that same vein, but I think more melodic and more sentimental. I love Lyle Lovett, and when we went to see Kinky or Little Feat, the next night, Lyle Lovett was playing, and I was like, oh man, if I had my choice.
I
But
liked Lyle Lovett. He was good too. But
she's no lady. She's my
and we
wife.
lost somebody else that I kind of knew, but I on a very peripheral way. But they're all dying around me.
I know that's why. And when people are dying and they're your age, that's like, oh. But they always use thankfully, they always use a picture that was taken of the person in their 20s.
Yeah.
So we don't have to deal with that aspect of our own aging.
Well, there were enough dying when I was a decent age, like Bill Hicks and so on. That now to have other people I knew, like Bob Saget and so on, die. It gets to me. It's starting to eat me up. Yeah.
Eat me alive. Eat me from the inside.
Hey, listen, we've run out of time. Do you realize that?
Well, it flies when you're having fun.
These little things we do here are very simple and easy, and I thank you so much for doing them with me.
Oh, Ben, it's such a pleasure. I look forward to it every time.
Yes.
And
what? You were going to say
don't blow
something?
yourself up with like a Roman candle or anything over this holiday.
Yeah, well, the holidays passed. That was last week.
Well,
last week was 4th of July. Tomorrow is 4th of July for us. But that's kind of how these things are done, and we have just broken the magic. Okay.
Well, see, maybe I'll just change my tense and say, I'm so happy you didn't die in a grisly 4th of July accident, because the 4th just passed.
And it's a pleasure that I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, Laurie Thompson. Thank you, Laurie.
Farewell, my dog.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now in its 10th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Well, thank you very much, Laurie Thompson. We've been running reruns of Laurie for the last couple of weeks, and the reason we've been doing it is I want Laurie to be a presence on this show continually. And she's in the process of getting chemotherapy and radiation, and hopefully that will get her well. And she should be back probably in a couple of weeks, because I talked to her. We text each other back and forth, and she said she's got one more week of radiation, and I think maybe 2 more weeks of chemotherapy, and then it's all over with. So hopefully she's going to be well and she's going to be okay, and I love her dearly. She is just a great friend and a person who I absolutely adore, okay? Let me start bringing people in, because I'm sure they got stuff they want to talk about. And here they come. There they are. There's Kevin. And there's Charlie, and there's me, and there's, wait a minute, Jeff is having problems just go ahead, just hit the right button there. Okay, Kevin, okay, Jeff? Did you do it? Yeah, you're okay, see? You're doing it fine. You're doing it just fine. Anyway, how y'all doing?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
I'm alive.
Yeah. I keep saying that I really don't want to talk about Trump. And the reason I don't want to talk about him is that's the only conversation people are having now. I mean, I tuned into MSNBC today, and the whole hour was nothing but one Trump-related story after another. And I don't want to talk about him. But this man is insane. Yep. He is absolutely insane. Now, I don't care if you're a Republican and you're a conservative and maybe you voted for Trump. You got to admit this guy has lost his marbles. Okay?
Emperor has no clothes.
Huh?
The emperor has no clothes.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just gotten to the point where I go, is there anything more ridiculous that he can do? Is there, to begin with, we have a real crisis going on here. And forget about his idiocy. The real problem we've got is Elon Musk. who is like, he's the guy getting rid of all these federal employees to a point where when we're through, there will be no FBI, there'll be no CIA. I mean, what's going through their minds? We need the CIA. We need the FBI. We need people who are out there protecting America. And now he's going to let everybody at the CIA go. Do you know how many secrets these guys have? Do you think they're going to keep them? Probably not.
Not if Trump's president.
Huh?
Not if Trump is president.
Well, Trump is president, and get used to it. And I don't care if you, I don't care if you were a fan of Donald Trump's. Can you be now? I mean, the latest piece of insanity was this thing over Gaza.
I just picked me up a cheap condo over there. They're going to be building it pretty soon.
Yep. The sheetrock's going up now, even as we speak.
Yep.
No, here, in case you didn't hear it or see it. Well, wait, was there anybody that wouldn't have heard or saw this story?
How could you not hear it?
How could you not? He has some kind of harebrained idea that he's still in the real estate business and that he is going to take, what do you call it? It's going to take Gaza and he's going to turn it into the Riviera of the Middle East.
Yeah.
That was his exact words.
Yep.
He said he didn't want to be a wise guy either, and he wasn't. He was being completely serious.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I was just watching The Daily Show, and Desi Lydic, who I happen to like a lot, her story was, hey, I mean, he couldn't even keep what do you call it? Atlantic City
Casino
in place. This was just a stupid idea that you're going to take these people, you're going to send them elsewhere for a while. Yeah, sure. For a while, and then while they're gone, you're going to get rid of all the unexploded bombs, and you're going to get rid of all the debris, and then guess what's going to go up?
Trump Tower.
Trump Gaza. Trump Gaza.
We're going to get rid of the explosive, not the people that dropped all the explosives there.
Yeah. And by
We're
the
not
way,
wasting money, though. We're not wasting money. Nope.
by the way, that guy was sitting right next to him, standing right next to him. And he didn't say to him, so you want to help with the bombs? Do you want to help with the rebuilding?
Well, if you watched Netanyahu's body language during that press conference, he was kind of going, oh, shit, that's a hell of an idea. Wonder how that can work out. And he kept rolling his eyes.
Do you think it was a surprise?
And then he's going back and forth, and I could just hear his mind running. Okay, we get Trump to do all this shit, and then we go over and we just take it over.
Do you think it was a surprise to Netanyahu?
No.
I don't think so. But
No, I think they both have the same mother.
yeah, they both have the same mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind. They think alike.
So, I mean, you think he was told ahead of time what was going to be said there?
It was hard to tell, but I'm sure he did. He was, but
He has
kept
a,
looking away. If you look at the video, he kind of looks away and he kind of rolls his eyes and he's kind of going, "Yeah, you do that, Donald. I'll follow you. I'll follow you, Donald.
Yeah, well,
you go ahead and
right
do that.
to-
and
to
let
tr-
him do it all. And then once it's all over with, and they let the world people back in."
Well,
World
right next to Trump was his chief of staff, some woman, I don't know her name, but one of his chiefs of staff.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance to look at the video, look at the expression on her face.
Yeah, her jaw dropped.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't know about it ahead of time.
She didn't know about it ahead of
That
time.
was a surprise.
And now they're trying to walk it back. Just like
Yeah,
he
well,
walked.
just like he walks everything back.
Yeah.
He'll try
He's
the shock
dying that
therapy
he
and see
said
what
it.
happens.
Right.
Today, a court said that he couldn't stop people from having American citizenship if they were born here by a court. I don't know if he'll appeal that to the Supreme Court, but I don't think the Supreme Court will stand up for that either. You know, I mean, come on, it's in the Constitution. That's their job. Interpret the Constitution. If it's in there, there's no questioning it, you know. But I mean, this whole idea, I mean, and on top of that, he has completely disrupted the Middle East now. Saudi Arabia told him to go screw himself.
Yep.
And that's why the media should have just shut up and let him say it and go, oh, good. He's gonna take over Gaza. That's awesome. You go ahead, Donald. Let us know when you're done, and just let it go. He would have gotten blamished by the world.
Yeah, well, he now has really steep tariffs going against Canada, doesn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and steep tariffs going against Mexico.
Those are on hold, I thought.
Yeah, they're on hold for a month.
Yeah, but
yeah. Step
and
on.
it sa-
I'll
and it
step on
said-
your weenie. You step on mine.
And it says he's going to talk to Xi in China, so you know after that he'll cave. You know, come on, any of you out there who voted for Trump? I mean, come on, this guy isn't doing anything. He's just pretending to do stuff.
How's your price of eggs today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Jeff?
you go.
Oh, and also that war in Ukraine, he was going to get it over with on day one.
Day one.
Yeah, he didn't. Yes, Jeff.
Half of the people who I know who are Republicans keep their mouths shut.
Now they are.
The other half, they believe everything.
Yes. I've seen the same thing, Jeff.
I mean, I can't believe what they're saying. And they want to tell you that everything is going, it's happening. It's not like it's potentially Trump's doing it. It's already working already. It's almost halfway done.
He's taken over Gaza. It's done.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're somebody who absolutely loves Trump, I don't see how you can find him wanting to take over Gaza anything less than insane.
Yeah.
You know? Yes.
If you don't know what's going on down there for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you don't know what's going on, hey, we're going to grab Gaza. Cool. Let's get that while we get, you know, we'll get Greenland. That'll be state 51. We'll get Canada, state 52. And Gaza will be the 53rd state.
How are we going to pay for all this?
Right. We have no money.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
and
doing it for
excuse me.
free.
We do have the money to pay for it because they're firing every civil servant in Washington,
He's
D.C.
cleaning house so he can pay for it.
Can you imagine him cleaning house at the CIA with all the secrets that they have and that they are aware of? All of a sudden, you're gonna suddenly say, "Hey, you know, you're toast. You're gone." Oh, well, I got to earn money somehow. I guess I'll sell a secret or two, you know? I mean,
over the years, we've talked about how he runs the government like a business, and he is.
Well, he's running it like he runs a business. He's burning,
But this is
he's
typical
burning
of-
this country to the ground and is going to then collect the insurance money.
It's typical of a hostile takeover where the boss comes in and goes, okay, we're eliminating this department, that department, that department. You go, you go, you go, you go, goodbye. And I've been part of those. And it's exactly what he's doing right now. But he's hiring people like Musk to go in and do the dirty work. So if something backfires, he can blame Musk. But if it goes right, he can take credit.
Well, I mean, to begin with, who was Musk? Nobody elected Musk to anything.
No.
You know, it's like if suddenly they brought me as the de facto president. You know, come on, what did I ever do to become president? Nothing. You know.
And they're calling him a special employee of the federal government. And now he's got to come up with a financial statement. And they don't know if they're going to release it or not, but he's got to come up with financial statements and all that stuff. But they're going to get around all that.
Well, you know, I mean, I just think, I think the whole thing is insane. I mean, it's just
getting very scary. I mean, this is exactly what happens. He's putting his people in place to take over.
If you're a Republican
The
out
US.
there and you feel that you want to put your 2 cents worth in here and tell me why you find Trump a good idea at this point. I mean, I would have had buyer's remorse after the 3rd day.
Yep.
Right.
You know, And you're going to have buyer's remorse when your your egg prices don't go down, and you're going to have buyer's remorse when you find that everything you buy prices will have gone up, and the only people making any money out of all of this is Donald Trump and his cronies.
Yep.
So Waffle House today announced that they're charging if you want eggs with your meal.
That's a day-old story.
Yeah, well, we weren't on last night, I guess. So
Yeah, but the people listening have heard that already.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
And Waffle House, you know, if you go to
somebody stole 100,000 eggs too today or this last night.
Oh, really?
They're stealing eggs. They're so expensive.
I mean, it's better than stealing nitrate gloves from your doctor's office.
By the way, who sent me nitrate gloves?
What do you think?
Yeah, really? It was you?
It was me. Well, you talked about it last week, and I thought I'm gonna save him the trouble of having to remember to get those gloves.
Yeah, well, I was talking the other day about how when I go to a doctor's office and he makes me sit there for like 20 minutes, you know, half naked, that I figure that's my opportunity to steal some rubber gloves. And so I do.
Yeah.
I do too. I take the little tongue depressors and the long.
Oh, really? You go to the top?
Q-tips.
Oh, boy.
The
You mean
long
you got
Q-tips.
but you have to pick up the lid on the glass to get the tongue depressors.
Yeah, that's okay. You
Okay.
just got to do it real carefully.
Oh, okay. Because if you go clink too much, he knows what you're doing outside. You know.
And he
With
probably
your
doesn't
gloves.
give a shit because he's charging you. He's charging you, you know,
That'd
40
be the
bucks
next
for each
thing
one
I'll
of them.
send you, tongue depressors.
Yeah.
Well, they're good for mixing epoxy glue and resin. and stuff like
Absolutely.
that.
Well, also my coffee. My coffee would be
Yeah, that
fine.
works.
You know.
Yeah.
Send me some of those. Why don't you?
Okay.
No, don't send me any.
I won't.
Because
Did I
Marjorie
pick
said to
the
me,
right color for
see,
you?
I always know when it's somebody from this show who sent me whatever because it's sent to
Because
Alex Bennett.
Bennett.
You know.
How
Whereas
could that do that?
normally if I get my stuff from Amazon, it's not Alex Bennett, it's Bennett Schwarzman. So, you know.
Did I get the right color for you? I figured it was.
I
your
don't know. I
favorite.
haven't opened them up yet. You know, but what are they? Purple?
Black.
Black. Oh, okay. All right.
That way you could practice doing your prostate exams on yourself.
On myself. I don't know.
I don't know. It's the color that was on sale.
I never
I'm
really
sorry.
got into putting my finger up my ass, you know? But now that you
Me
made it
either.
possible,
Yeah, but you don't know what to
Absolutely.
feel for, so.
I don't
It
know.
might
what
be
to do.
fun.
You know, I found out from the doctor. I said, doctor, my urologist, I said, you go in there, you stick the finger in there. I said, I have those shards of radioactive seeds that were implanted in there. So they're there. Don't you cut your finger on them. And he said, no, we never feel the prostate. We put the finger in there and there's a membrane and it covers the prostate in that area, and we just feel in there to see if it's okay. Did I just tell you guys something you didn't know? All those times they stuck their finger up your butt?
I'm going to try it tonight.
No.
Can I
What
come
size
over,
gloves
Jeff?
do you
Will you do
wear?
it for me?
Well, maybe my wife is asleep.
Well, I'll get us we'll get a whole bunch of these things and tongue depressors. We can have some.
Hey, we could do it on the show. Everybody could just bend over. We put gloves on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. You know what happened? This is where you don't. I don't know if I want to talk about this. The doctor did the examination. Okay, he said, I haven't seen you for a year, so we got to do the rectal. And I said, okay, and I lean over and he does it, and then I go like this a little bit, and then he's through, and that's it.
Don't you love where they hand you a piece of sandpaper to clean up with?
Oh yeah, then they say, yeah, here's a piece of paper to like clean yourself up with. So anyway, so he did that, and now where was I going with that?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Pleasure.
What?
This is your pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so he did the whole thing, and you know.
You know,
No, there
next
was
time you
some.
go there, you could lay a couple black gloves on the
Oh no,
counter.
no,
and
I know what it
walk
was.
away.
I know what I was going to say. So he goes in there and he starts to do the thing, and he says, "You know, you got one hell of a hemorrhoid there." And I'm going, "Yeah, I know." Being insulted by your urologist, you know. I'll try and get that taken care of sometime soon, although it doesn't bother me, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Yeah. Oh no,
That is
that's something
cool.
you don't do anything for unless it's you're in pain.
Right.
Okay.
Or bleeding a lot.
I have a hernia. I don't do anything about it. It doesn't hurt. You know.
Why don't we for now on out, instead of going into all the stuff, why don't you just call it DRE, which stands for
Digital rectal examination.
Right. Yeah.
High tech.
Yeah, but well, because when I look it up on the web, it always says, you know, if prostate cancer, they always check you with a DRE.
Right.
You know. Which I didn't know. I thought it was some kind of thing where you liked homosexuals or something. I don't know. It's like DEI, but it's DRA or E or whatever. Anyway. So we got a president who is just really, I think he's lost his mind. I think I think when he was younger, he would have been a better president. He wouldn't have been as much of a loose cannon. But now, he is just, I mean, I don't think he's got his full brain around him, you know?
He never did.
Huh?
He never did. That's why I couldn't stand The Apprentice.
In fact, he's so quiet in some ways that I don't think that all these things he's coming up with are his. I think there are people literally playing him like a marionette.
Helping him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, nothing you can do about it. And I mean, I don't know how much longer I have to live. I hope I live to see the end of his term, at least. By then I'll be babbling fool, but I hope I'm here to see it. You know, I mean, it's all the other people out there are going to have to put up with whatever stuff he does now, okay, well into, you know, the next 50, 60 years, you know, and it's going to be stuff that's going to be so bad that we're not going to be able to recover from it immediately.
Yeah.
To begin with, we've already lost, I think, the what do you call it? What's the term I'm looking for here? The respect of the world. You know, I think that we've lost respect.
Again.
Brie Appleseed, it says here. Wait a minute. Let me first do Brie and see if this is Brie. And if it is, then I will put all you guys back on. But first, I'm going to put my face here. And there we go. Is this Brie? Is this actually Brie? It could be. Yep, it looks like it is. Brie, is that you? Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like it's Brie.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
But he's not eating.
He's not eating.
Mm-hmm.
And
In a restaurant.
yeah, you're not eating, Brie.
You
Why?
changed your last name, huh?
It's a different day. I'm preparing to go to the doctor's office, so I'm trying to find the referral letter.
What doctor?
And I just got off the phone.
What kind
Plantar fasciitis, left foot.
Oh,
fasciitis.
that's
Yeah.
no fun at all.
Yeah. I've had that.
I've had it for several months. It's not going away, so I'm gonna go. I wear the socks. I got the thing inside the shoes. I've got new shoes. It's still there, so I'm just gonna go see what they say.
Is there anybody here that doesn't have some kind of ailment? You know, I mean, we have a legendary stroke victim, Jeff, here, and
I have more than one.
You had more than one stroke? I thought you only had one stroke.
No, that's true.
They
But
say
I've had-
taking naps.
He's got more than one issue. He's saying.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm two-time cancer survivor. How about that one, huh? Huh? Try and beat that. Yeah.
We're not eating. We're walking
Hold
around
up
the
my
apartment.
foot.
And you with your feet, you know, Charlie, what, 4 toes or something?
That's all I got left.
That's all you got left. What happens if they get the rest of them?
Then I'll really be clumsy.
Do you have trouble?
over
Do you
easy.
have trouble though with the
Oh,
foot that you know? What your balance? Your
Toe
balance?
goes off on.
Your balance is off, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Balance is my big problem now. You know, but
At least you got all
This
your.
is fun watching Bree look for something.
yeah, and the camera follows him because the cameras now follow
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
that's the problem.
So yeah. Anyway, so I mean, what you know, what can we do? We can't do anything about this, you know. And the Democrats don't have enough power in any of the places where it counts to be able to do anything about it. All they can do is complain, and then all those people who love Trump are going to go, well, there's just those woke people complaining about Trump, you know. So maybe the answer here is it just ignore him. You can do it, you know, because this is the kind of guy who will die when there's nobody saying his name. He's kind of like Beetlejuice, you know.
He's now going through his jockstrap collection.
Who, Bree?
Bree, yeah. Got something with straps.
And
on
what is that your apartment where you live? I assume it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bag.
Can't you just sit down and look at the camera and just be part of the show? Do you
yeah.
always have to be
I
doing
am
something?
listening,
Huh?
listening, and I can talk to you. I'm listening, and I can talk to you. I have to find this referral letter. I don't know where it is, and I have to leave at 1. Why can't they just keep all this on file?
What do you mean?
Know,
It's
you
a
go in,
it's a
face
referral.
ID.
It's a referral letter to a podiatrist, right?
Right, that's right. And then they have open call today, 2 to 4. So I have to be there at 2. It's first come, first serve.
What do you mean open call? What is that about? Some kind of Malaysian medical thing? I make an appointment with my doctor, and he's usually there when I get there, and I don't have to wait very long.
2 to 4. That's what they told me. Go 2 to 4.
So you maybe have to sit there from like 2 o'clock until.
I could sit there 2 to 4 and not get served. Yeah.
Really?
That's
Really?
nice.
What kind of doctoring is that?
It's
Well,
Donald
if
Trump.
I go to the general doctor, I'll be seen right away. They'll make a diagnosis. They'll give me meds. That'll happen within 30 or 40 minutes.
Hmm.
But if you go to a specialist, it's always, well, let's see about that. And okay, how much do you have in your health fund? And so they charge it sort of against that.
What do you mean your health
And
fund?
I haven't used.
What do you mean your
Well, I have a
health
certain amount
fund?
of money that I have a certain amount of money that I can spend per year on my health, and that they don't really question.
Wait a minute.
If anything,
Hold on. And how much is that exactly?
It varies, but I'd say that for general health, it's about $3,000 to $5,000.
But suppose they do something that's like $10,000. You got to pay for it?
It depends.
Wait a minute. Well, to begin with, who is your insurance carrier?
Donald
Great Eastern.
Great Eastern?
You wouldn't know it.
Who's Great Eastern?
Yeah. Yeah. See, you don't know. It's just the way that it works.
No, I don't know because
But-
I never heard of Great Eastern.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Let's say you break your arm and you go into
By the way, is that a
hospital in New
cat?
York.
Is that a cat?
It's a big spider on the
Yeah.
ceiling going back and forth. It's nervous.
No, that's a ceiling fan.
No, but I thought I heard a kitty.
Kidding.
Anyway.
Yes, I have a cat. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, where were we back with
so if
this
you-
boring medical discussion? Go ahead.
If you break your arm and you go to the hospital
Mhm.
and you come home, how much does that cost you?
Doesn't cost me anything.
You don't have any deductibles.
I don't.
Okay.
I no. I don't. I don't have to pay any deductible.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, it's free for you.
Maybe at the very beginning of the year on my Medicare, but it's only a couple of $100, and that's it. But otherwise, I don't pay anything.
Okay.
Medicare says what they will pay, and then my insurance pays the rest. And I
How long
have
you
top
had your
line.
plantar fasciitis?
What?
I've had it for almost a year.
Have you ever tried orthotics?
Yeah.
Over the- okay.
I'll tell you what I did. I had
That's what
fasciitis.
made a difference for me.
I had plantar fasciitis, and in case people don't know, you have a strap in your foot, and sometimes it gets stretched, and that's
The
what causes the
ligament
problem.
between
It's
the
the
heel
ligament,
and
yeah.
the middle of the foot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I had a problem with it, and this woman came over and she made an insert for my shoes, and that didn't help much.
Oh.
Then one day I went
Yeah.
out and I heard about these things called, I think they were called knickerbockers or something, where the shoe was the shoe. I can't remember the exact name. And they called themselves a sneaker in a shoe. It was a good-looking, regular, dress shoe that felt like a sneaker inside. So I started wearing them. I just kind of liked it. Good shoes to wear. Didn't use my orthotic in there. And all of a sudden, my fasciitis went away. It was the shoe that did it, And now I'm paying $150 for some shoes that are really very good. They have a reinforced heel, metal reinforced heel area, so that you don't shift in the shoe. And then now they have a new one where it's easier to slip into them and to, they're just a better shoe than the old ones.
These are the shoes. I use these shoes, and you can see that I have the fasciitis. These are supposed to help.
Oh no, that's a what do you call it? It's
He's
an
right.
orthotic.
Bree is right.
Yeah.
It stabilizes your heel, and it's supposed to help. You're right.
Yeah. But these
And
shoes are.
these are the ones I was wearing before, and I put these in there. And I don't know if it helped.
Too flimsy.
I got to go get something. You guys talk to each other. I'll be back in about 30
and
seconds. I have to show you guys something. Hold on.
See,
I have a
that's-
lot of different shoes.
What Alex is gonna do is he's gonna get a blue shirt on to match the rest of us. No?
My wife didn't have that many shoes.
Oh, you're only seeing part of my shoes. I have a lot more. But these two are the ones that I use mostly now. And I feel that they're new, they're good, they hug but I still have this stupid fasciitis. So I don't know. Is there anything they can do, or is he just going to say, do exercises with your feet, or stay off your feet, or
They can do on it.
nothing they can do?
Yeah, there is. So there's a thing called super feet. They come in blue, green, and something else. And you can get them on Amazon. They're about $50 a pair. They last forever. It's plastic and a material. Super feet. And my doctor said, forget the orthopedic custom orthotics. Use these, and they last you about a year. And it works.
Super feet?
Super
I have to
feet.
see if they have that here, because I have every one of those shoes has a different kind of insert.
So they have different levels, and it says right on the side of the box, if you have flat feet, they're black. If you have a slight arch or something, then they're blue like I do. Or if you have a really, really high arch or something like that, then you wear the green ones. And it tells you right on their site.
The shoes I got are terrific. They've really,
yeah, but these are $50.
Yeah, well, this is like $150 shoe.
And it fits in any shoe.
So anyway, I get this in the mail yesterday, and I'll have to read it to you. But it is, it's depressing. Okay, it's very depressing.
That
It's-
looks like them. That's it. You got it.
Okay, I'll get it.
Okay,
Yes,
may I
sir.
go back to what I'm saying here? Anyway, so what do I have here? If you look, it says it's from
Donald Trump.
Frank E. Campbell. Who's Frank Campbell?
the big funeral home in New
That's his
York
man-
City.
That's his man.
Oh,
And it says you're cordially invited to join us for lunch.
Nice.
I can also bring Marjorie because there are 2 tickets.
Wow.
Yeah. And it says, learn the simple steps you need to complete your advanced plan. And then it says, most of us plan for important life events like weddings, our children's education, and retirement. But few of us prepare for the inevitable. This is so depressing. When you plan in advance, you may not only ensure a memorial exactly as you envision it, you will also ease the emotional and financial burdens of those closest to you. This seminar addresses the importance of making your advanced plan and provides you with all the information you need to take the next steps.
Do they let you sample the different coffins to make sure that it's the right type of
I don't know.
material?
Planning for tomorrow's needs today provides peace of mind. 4 simple steps to ensuring your advanced plan is complete. How to start discussing funeral planning with your loved ones. How to ensure plans are carried out even if you move. And select funding option and secure current pricing to guard against future increases. In other words, I can buy my coffin now and the price will not go up.
Wow. Can you do it in different states?
No, this
Costco.
is...
Countries?
Costco
ordered-
sells
Well, you
coffins.
know who Frankie Campbell is. Aren't you aware of him, Jeff? It's Frankie Campbell. It's a big funeral home. It's like where all the big movie stars and stuff are buried.
Yeah, but
and so on.
a well-to-do Jew like you, Alex, doesn't go to Frankie, whatever his name is.
Right.
Frankie Campbell?
Campbell.
What?
You have to go to the
My
Jewish
friend
cemetery.
Steve? No, I think my friend Steve Gruberg, I believe, went to Frankie Campbell when he died.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he didn't go. They dragged him there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Here you go,
Salesman
Alex.
right now.
and that says call
This is
this
in the
number
Pittsburgh
today.
paper.
It says call this number today to reserve your space. Now, what do they mean by that?
I assume they mean your plot.
Where did you get that from, Bree?
This is the Pittsburgh Post Gazette today.
Hmm.
So $700, they can just give you an urn, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
Well, I used to when I was
Go to Costco.
yeah. Oh,
That's right.
look.
Go to Costco and get your
Look,
get your
and this is the lunch. Here you go. There's the lunch. It's just some croissants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
oh,
about
how
it.
cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little celery sandwich.
Little sandwiches thing, yeah. No, there are no sandwiches even. But anyway, I'm glad I got that. God, I'm glad they sent it to me, so I'll be prepared.
I'm surprised they're not handing you those little milkshakes that older people drink, for lunch. What are they called? They're little plastic containers.
Yes,
you
I
get.
know what you're talking about. You're being
Ensure?
insulting.
Ensure, thank you.
You're being insulting.
No,
I
I'm
don't-
old.
I don't want to drink
I
Ensure.
ordered it, Alan.
Huh?
How long is it going to take for this to work, Alan?
A couple weeks of wearing.
Okay. I got it. Cost me $15.
Okay, but
You're lucky.
did Alan say he'd pay you back if it doesn't work?
Read the studies on it. $15 is no big deal. Get the blue
Yeah,
one.
you're right. I got him. I'll be
What's-
here next week.
Oh, wait a minute. Ray is the one eating today. What are you eating, Ray?
Yogurt, the stuff that should come out of you and not go into you.
It looks like it should be coming out of you rather than going into you. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
It's made.
That's your joke.
Yogurt's made by Ensure.
No, it's not.
Ensure doesn't make any yogurt.
What flavor is that, Ray?
Plain, but I put like some granola in it from Costco.
I've never gotten to like yogurt.
Neither.
Marjorie won't go out. She gets this yogurt, and here's the part I don't get. Why is it they always put the fruit on the bottom and you have to scoop it up and mix it in? Why doesn't it come pre-mixed?
Oh, I don't have that kind. That's full of sugar.
But
I put my own fruit in it.
There's hundreds of types of yogurt. I find it hard to believe that you don't like any yogurt at all. I mean, there's so many. Even you mix a little with muesli, that's good.
How about froyo? You like froyo? Frozen yogurt?
I'm talking about a funeral parlor wanting to have lunch with me, and you guys are talking about about yogurt. Well, this really
Funeral
makes
parlor
you.
wants to have lunch.
They must have been sitting there at the Frankie Campbell funeral home, saying, "Well, we got this guy on our list. Looks like he's close to death. He's 85."
No, I don't feel bad. They send them to me too.
They do.
Yeah,
Really?
I just ground one up from the local guy around here. He sends one every month.
Really? Mm.
I get
A
them
local
too.
guy.
I'm
No,
20 years younger than you, and I get them.
Yeah, I
haven't
guess.
gotten one yet.
I guess. I don't know. Oh well, what the hell? You know. So, Ray, what do you think of our president wanting to open condos in Gaza?
He's out of his he's out of his mind.
Yeah, I mean, he's really lost it.
I don't think
He doesn't understand the history
Look,
of this
he doesn't
place,
understand.
obviously.
He doesn't under.
He
You know
doesn't
what? You know
care.
what he really doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the consequences of him making this statement.
Oh, I know. It just
You know.
throws the world in a tizzy.
It throws the world in a tizzy. We are now the enemies of everybody in Gaza.
Yeah.
You know.
It's Holy Land.
The whole
That's-
thing is
that's
absurd.
not Holy
We'd have
Land.
to send troops in there. We'd have to root out Hamas. We'd have to be there for decades. It's absurd.
I
Yeah,
say,
it's gonna
well,
be
we
worse
do.
than Iraq.
Here's how we solve the problem. We do take over that whole area. We take over Gaza. And what we do is we build homes, really nice homes for Hamas.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And maybe
That's a good idea.
and the only way they can move into them is if they agree they will stop, doing what they
Why
do.
don't, why don't
And
you
they'll
put
say,
the-
"Fuck you."
Wait a minute.
Well,
put
I
the
liked when
homes in
what's her name
Florida.
from CNN was asking him what about the 2 million people that are there now? Where are they going to go? Of course, he didn't answer the question.
They said
because
they
he
were
has
going to
no
go.
idea.
They were going to go to Egypt and Jordan, and
But they
Egypt.
already said they wouldn't take them.
They wouldn't take them. And secondly,
It
I
doesn't
don't.
matter.
I don't think Jordan and Egypt can take them because they have, they made deals with Israel. Okay.
Maybe Ron DeSantis.
You're going to take
in
them. It'll be
Florida.
it's like busing them to New York.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean,
You're going to bus them to Jordan.
I
No,
think
And I thought it was
Caravan.
this is
America
what will
first.
happen. It's not,
Yeah, what
people,
happened to
people
America
think
What
it's
happened to
up for
America
discussion.
first?
well, all I know is
That's
we
a long
have
time
we
ago.
have a lot of problems here, and it would be
That was
nice
2
if they
weeks
took
ago.
care of them for us. But
Well, the,
I don't
Ukraine war
understand.
was ending, right?
hmm?
He stopped the funding.
Oh yeah.
Ukraine funding has, so it's done.
Oh really?
What's done?
Oh, that-
Yeah, Ukraine funding has
Yeah.
ended.
Oh yeah,
For
he
sure.
stopped that.
Oh really? Okay, so then Russia's going to take over.
Yeah,
Well,
Well, that's
they're going to drop.
and probably Poland too. And
Where's Ukraine going to get weaponry?
From European countries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
Europe,
see.
Europe has to fund them now.
Yeah, good luck.
oh.
And to be honest, Europe has been
We
funding
owned-
them more than we have over the
Yeah.
last 2 years,
Yeah.
3 years.
Gaza.
We've
own
been giving them a-
Greenland, we own Panama.
So we're going to take over Canada, Greenland, Panama,
Oh, Canada's a state now. Yeah,
53
Canada's a
states.
and
state.
Gaza.
53
And
states.
but we're doing America first.
Trump gave George W. Bush all kinds of crap for his invading Iraq, and Afghanistan, and now he wants to do all of this.
He's
well,
insane.
this isn't an invasion. This is a what can we call it? It's an act of decency towards the people in Gaza to help them out by buying up their land, basically, and opening up.
You're gonna get some good jobs. Good jobs.
This is like 19th century imperialism all over again.
Well, you know what it is? It's kind of like Trump is just, he wants to be in real estate again,
Yeah.
you know? And that's
gonna be
exactly what he's
beautiful.
doing here, you know?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
We'll be gonna
Huh?
do something beautiful there.
Yeah.
The Middle East
something
Riviera.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, you know, I hate all you people who voted for him, okay? I'm
Yeah,
coming
me
to
too.
get you. All right.
Oh, come on. This is so entertaining.
What?
It was so boring before. You
Yeah,
know?
but it's
Now
it's,
gonna be-
it's entertaining for you. You're in Malaysia, you little coward.
And entertaining for people who
You know,
dying
you
because-
don't have to deal with this. You know,
It's not
hey,
entertaining when you're over here.
I'm in Malaysia. I'll still vote. I'll still do all of that, but I don't have to be in America while this whole thing goes on. You know. How's the press in Malaysia covering this? What are they saying?
Oh, it's very minimalistic. I mean, the latest thing was the trade, the tariffs. Singapore, Malaysia. There were stories where they're like, yeah, it could affect us indirectly, but not really, not a big deal.
Mhm.
A lot of people are just saying it's very performative. You know, it's all a performance.
It's all a
So
performance.
enjoy the show.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
That's what they call here. They say wayang wayang, and wayang is it's like shadow puppetry.
yeah.
So whenever they say it's just a show, they say wayang wayang.
Well,
Wow.
I hope they're right.
Well, no, they may be right, but it doesn't mean anything's are going to be any better. You know, I mean, it's just
Well,
amazing.
but look at USAID as an example. I think that there are some correct aspects to that. Like I think sometimes you get a bureaucracy, it's so bloated that you're paying for things you don't even realize you're paying for anymore, and you don't even know why. So, but I don't think the answer is to cut it all off. I think you have to go through it. You have to sit down in a room with
Yeah, but
you know, people
they
who are
haven't done
familiar
that.
with it.
They haven't done that. They're just firing
far.
everybody. Wholehearted. You know, they got rid of it. They're
Yeah.
getting rid of everybody at the CIA. Now, you know, in the end, is that going to save us money? I don't think so. And quite frankly, I think in the end, we're just going to wind up having another bloated bureaucracy anyway. So,
Well, also, I mean, they've given Elon Musk the keys to the Treasury. He can get in there and get all kinds of information about individuals and his competitors. So it's not just performative. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of things that have already happened.
well, I mean, has he gotten security clearance?
yeah,
Musk?
yeah,
He has?
yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, if your Social Security check doesn't show up next month, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
Look it up.
I mean, he is
I heard it on the news yesterday.
what? That he?
That
He has clearance, and so does some other young intern below him.
Oh, you mean
like 25 years old?
Oh,
has
you
his
mean
clearance.
what's his name? He's got a funny name. He uses it as a nickname.
He's
I
got
don't
5
know.
or 6 of these 19 to 24-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're digging around in all of our information.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I don't
So-
care. You know.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
it's
next
becoming
time
like
you get
a.
on Facebook, they're probably going to be selling you coffins.
It's just
Yeah.
dangerous when when the 3 richest guys in the world have so much say over what happens
Yeah.
directly
Well,
in
a couple
the
of them.
executive branch of the government.
A couple of them are okay. The guy over at Apple, Tim Cook, isn't really bad. It's just he kowtowed to him. That's all. You
Well,
know?
I mean,
Rupert
it's
Murdoch
Musk
was in there
mostly.
the other day. What? Rupert
Well,
Murdoch was in
Rupert
during that
Murdoch's
conference.
Rupert Murdoch's a gold-plated asshole. Come on, you know. I mean,
Yep.
he's a right winger, He's pushed his right wing agenda. Fox was
And he
his.
doesn't agree with him.
What?
He said he doesn't agree with me, so he can be okay sometimes, but not like that.
No, they asked
He's not
him,
even American. Is
No,
he?
they asked him about something that
It was a Wall Street Journal article.
A Wall Street Journal article that was critical of Trump, and he said, "Well, I'll have to talk to Rupert about that after this," But
Like, fuck you.
I mean, guys like Tim Cook, they went and they kissed his ass, which I hated them doing. In fact, the big story that's going on is this whole kerfuffle with CBS and how he's sick the FCC on CBS. Now, CBS as a network need not worry about Donald Trump or the FCC because the networks and the cable systems, the Netflix and so on, are not controlled by the FCC. However, there are two things that the FCC has over them. Number one, CBS owns television stations, and they are run by the FCC. Secondly, there's a big merger going on between what's her name, who was the daughter of the head of CBS. I can't remember his name now. Oh, God. But anyway, she's trying to merge with Skydance. And that has to be approved by the FCC because there are television stations involved. So they want to comply with the FCC in order to, get these things done. However, they did something today which was brilliant. What the FCC wanted was the interview with, what's her name? Ran for president. And
Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris. They wanted the interview with her, and they wanted the outtakes and a transcript of everything that was said in the interviews. And they wanted the outtakes because they wanted to see if they took stuff out that, was prejudicial or whatever. So what CBS decided to do today, or at least the people at 60 Minutes decided to do today, they just released all that material online.
For everyone to see.
For everyone to see and to be able to judge whether they had been taking any, liberties.
Good for them.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But they caved really fast. And it's all because they're worried about the merger, So, well, what the hell,
He's a bully. He's a bully, and he's
a bully,
dumb.
but nobody should be afraid of him. Nobody should be afraid of him.
No, he'll cave as soon as you put pressure. He'll cave.
All you have to
bully.
say to him, "Oh, I love you, Donald."
Yeah.
You're his bitch, or he's your bitch, rather.
Yeah.
It's that easy, But it's sad. It's just so sad.
Enough people voted for him, so we get the government we deserve.
Yeah, well, you people should be very satisfied. Also, you people who didn't get out and vote, well, you should be ashamed of yourselves as well.
Yeah. So many don't vote. It's crazy.
And this is what happens when you don't vote, okay?
Wonder how all those Muslims in Michigan feel about it now. They were so mad at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for Gaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are they saying now? Weren't they put? Oh God, I'm just upset by the whole damn thing. It depresses me.
It's depressing. I think a lot of people are down. I know. Yesterday, I was not.
Well, it's going to affect everything you buy at the stores.
Yep.
One way or another.
It's just exhausting too. I mean, I'm just so sick of it. How many years now of this shit?
Well, I mean, that's the other part of it, is because he is the topic of conversation every single day.
Yeah, for 10 years.
I mean, there was a week go by and I wouldn't hear from Biden.
Yeah.
Well, even when he wasn't president, for the last 4 years, he was every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he
He
just
won't go away
he won't go away. Right.
until he's dead.
Well, we can only hope. I hate to say that, but we can only hope. I used to. There was a theory once that if you took somebody and you put them in the middle of a stadium that could hold like 500,000 people, and then they all stared at the guy and wished him dead, he would die. And I think that's what we should do. We should all have one day where we just spend the whole day concentrating on wishing him dead. I'll say it. You know, and maybe if we all do that, he will die. You know, we should make
He's a threat to the world.
we should make a big deal out of it so that he knows it's going to happen, and then it's the day of wishing him dead. You know.
You could make a holiday of it.
But you know,
now that
I
he
mean,
got rid of June,
I will not
Juneteenth, we could have a.
participate.
What'd you say?
I will not participate in that.
Well, there's no reason to. The problem is that for all that we say about him, while Alex is gone, you should all leave the camera. Oh, that was Giller wrote
Oh,
Anyway, you know, I mean, I don't wish Trump ill. The only problem is he wishes me ill. He wishes you ill. He wishes everyone on this panel ill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he knew that you existed, he would want to get even with you too.
Yep.
You know? And so I'm not a vindictive person. I'm not going to sit here wishing you were dead. Plus, you know, there are all these other assholes that come up right behind him. You know, you get, what's his name?
J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance, and after that, you got the head of the
Speaker of the House, John
Speaker
Rubio?
of the House. Yeah, so no matter what happens, I mean, we're going to have to deal with some pretty despicable human beings. So you may as well keep Trump, and at least know, because you know what he's all about, you know, and you can maybe fight something you know, but it's just, I don't know. Am I being depressing here? I guess.
Well,
it's horrible. It's horrible.
It's the reality we're living right
Yeah,
now.
it is the reality we're living with.
I think it's quite interesting.
It is
See, like,
fascinating.
it's interesting that Bree, and I think it's really cool that to have your point of view, because when you're far away, you have a different
Yeah,
take on it. You know?
yeah. But if he wasn't a coward, he'd be here. Anyway, it's you know, and I again, I don't wish him ill. You know, I can't do
It doesn't
that.
matter whether you do or don't. You know.
It's not going to change anything.
No.
You know.
It's only going to make how you
Oh,
change how you feel.
I'm sure there are people out there under their breath who are saying, "I wish she were dead." You know, I mean, it's just that it's that bad. Okay.
Probably senators, Republican senators, a lot of them are wishing.
Yeah. Yep.
They wouldn't have to like kneel all the time.
Anyway,
I mean,
Kevin,
that must be horrible.
thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Charlie Fortos, good having you here. Jeff Stein, wonderful.
Happy birthday
having you
yesterday,
here.
Charlie.
Oh yes, Charlie did have a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Charlie.
Yeah.
Same as my daughter.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Yeah, and a big happy nothing to Alan. And Bree, thank you for calling tonight. And Ray, thank you. And if I'm not here tomorrow, it's because Trump sent the cops to my door or something. You know. Anyway, that's it. Give yourself a big wave goodbye, and I will give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel for tonight. They'll be here again tomorrow night. Next is Amy Manuel, and she's here with the intersection. She'll be taking your calls at, let's see here. Oh, yeah, on Skype at Gabnet Live. I'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, you know, tell her I love her, okay? Good night, everybody.